We have Kristan Hawkins she's the Executive Director for Students for Life.
Thank you guys for having me here today. I really appreciate it. I want to read a quote. I don't know how many of you know Sophie Scholl. She was an Holocaust activist. She was martyred by the Nazis for speaking out. She was a student who had a publication that they would pass around town on campus and universities and mail, exposing the truth of what was going on with the Holocaust. And she said this: "The real damage is done by those millions who want to survive. The honest man who wants to be left in peace. Those who don't want their little lives disturbed by anything bigger than themselves. Those with no sides and no causes. Those who won't take measure of their own strength for fear of antagonizing their own weakness. Those who don't like to make waves or enemies. Those who for freedom, honor, and truth and principles are only literature. Those who live small, mate small, die small. It's the reductionist approach to life. If you keep it small, you'll keep it under control. If you don't make any noise, the boogeyman won't find you. But it's all an illusion, because they die too. Those people who roll up their spirits in tiny little balls so as to be safe. Safe from what? Life is always on the edge of death. Narrow streets lead to the same place as wide avenues. And a little candle burns itself out, just like a flaming torch does. I choose my own way to burn." When I was thinking about talking with you all today, that quote came to my mind. I love working with law students. And in Students for Life America, we try to work with students in every stage of the academic program. So we work with some high schools, undergraduate, law, medical students. I just spent today at our Med Students for Life conference that we co-sponsored with Family Research Council. It was on prenatal diagnosis. And we've been working with med students this week, and I was thinking about law students and med students, and one of the themes that we know in the medical schools is that the students are in fear. They're in fear of being pro-life because they know, and I've had many doctors tell me this, they want to get the pro-lifers out of medical school. They want you to drop out. And I know this is also a fear in law schools as well sometimes. Now it depends on your school, and Ave Maria is a wonderful law school, so you don't have this problem. But it's a problem that I see when I speak with law students of, you know, that's really great, and I like pro-life stuff, and I'm Catholic, and I'm Christian, but I just can't get involved in that right now. When I'm a little older and I'm married and have my practice, then I'll volunteer a few hours to the pro-life movement. And I want to encourage, especially law students, young professionals who are just embarking on your legal career, is to remember that quote from Sophie Scholl, and not to be afraid. My God, you guys are lawyers. You can defend yourselves. If you get in trouble, you defend yourselves. But not to be afraid to stand up for what you believe, or to say, well, I can't get involved in the pro-life movement because that's the activist. That's that crazy Kristen who has a pool's morning in her office. You know, I've got to be the scholarly law student. Don't be afraid to stand up for your beliefs. Host the debates. Bring in the speakers. Take the exciting internships at pro-life centers. We need you in the pro-life movement. The theme today is engaging your community. The community needs pro-life lawyers. We need you at every level, defending the PRCs from attack. We need you to get involved defending the conscience rights of physicians and pharmacists who are being told, you have to do that abortion or you're not a doctor. Defending the conscience rights of parents. One who we met today who said, I tried to have the doctor save my baby and they refused to treat her. What are we going to do if we don't have lawyers who can come in and help? Help parents who are simply trying to provide necessary support to their children. So we need pro-life lawyers who aren't afraid to stand up. And I want to thank you for all that you guys are doing. I didn't go to law school. My dad still asks me when I'm going to law school. I keep trying to convince him that I do have a career. But I respect you all so much for what you do. I know it's not easy. And I'm not trying to make your school harder. I know you're already busy. But take a few hours a week and try to think, how can I use my expertise and the skills that God gave me for the preborn? This is the greatest human rights battle our nation has ever faced. And we need you out there. Please contact Students for Life. We'd love to help you. We'd love to bring in speakers. If you know other friends in law school across the country, we'd love to go on the campus and bring people like Peter, bring to campus who can speak. I won't speak because I know I'm not a credentialed lawyer. But we can bring people who can speak to the issues. So please help us. You all can change the world. And I think you guys know that. Dana mentioned it. Our country, many people in our country equate their morality by the laws. So we have to overturn Roe. We have to make pro-life laws. And while we have to be out there educating and supporting women in crisis pregnancies, we need you out there changing the laws so we can change our nation and our world.